Well, Micah and Cher, the LAPD is probing yet another man's death, and another family is grieving and making funeral arrangements tonight after yet another LAPD stop turns fatal in South LA. In South LA, there's a young widow, another heartbroken mother, and 3 children who are grieving their father.
Just trying to stay strong for my little brother and sister.
Just steps outside the suspect's home, an LAPD traffic stop turned deadly.
I feel angry because police officers are here to protect us, not to harm people or even kill them.
The Abrego family will soon bury 37-year-old Omar Abrego, who they say was beaten in his work uniform after driving home in his Amtrak truck by 2 LAPD officers who pulled him over at the 6900 block of South Main Street in front of his house.
They were beating him real bad, like, they just basically, he died with the wounds.
According to the LAPD, on August 2nd, just before 6 p.m., 2 sergeants, also from the Newton Division gang unit, saw Abrego allegedly driving erratically and speeding and almost hit a pedestrian. And officers involved say when they tried to stop him, he kept going.
The 2 supervisors caught the individual and an altercation ensued. As a result of that altercation, the suspect had a laceration, and that's one of the reasons why they called the ambulance.
On this cell phone video from one of several witnesses, you can see Abrego bleeding while down on the ground. He died 12 hours later at a local hospital.
Both sergeants were injured as a result of this arrest. One sergeant suffered an injured knee, the other suffered a fractured hand.
I saw a lot of blood on the suspect's face. I witnessed the officer, the sergeant for LAPD strike the individual twice in the face.
Another witness who also doesn't want to be identified concurs, but was there for the entire time and says the officers beat Abrego with fists and a baton.
The police punched the guy to maybe 10 minutes.
The police punched him for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You saw this?
I see him right here.
Along with their pain, the Abregos say is a longing for justice for Omar's 3 children.
Justice for the family and for the kids.
Right now, the rest of us are just traumatized. We're scared.
Abrego's memorial is scheduled for tomorrow. His funeral is set for Saturday. Now, there are ongoing investigations into this incident as well as the nearby fatal LAPD stop involving Ezell Ford. Today, some community leaders, including Earl Afari Hutchinson, met with LAPD leaders here at the Newton Division to discuss the cases. Also, each family has retained an attorney, and both tell me they plan to sue. Live in South LA, Narissa Knight, KTLA 5.
Right, it's hot as hell up in here. 30 days left this summer. Then my favorite season, the fall season. Autumn kicks in. That's another story. What's up to us? Now, the LAPD just don't know when to quit, do they? Now here you have a father of 3, brutally beaten to death. You know what I'm saying? Say 37-year-old father of 3, Omar Abrego, was beaten brutally by 2 LAPD officers. You know, they said it was during a routine traffic stop. They said that they tried to pull him over and he was driving his Amtrak truck, running through lights and stuff, you know, and he almost hit a pedestrian. That's what they claim, quote unquote. And then a fight ensued when he actually got out of the truck. So, standby witnesses saying that these cops had beat him down and was punching him closed fists in the face and hitting him with batons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it makes you really scratch your noggin again and think like, with this police brutality bullshit, it's like, what do you guys have tasers for? I mean, what do you guys have tasers for? Now, I'm not gonna use any profanity in this video because I looked at the last video that I did on Ezell Ford, kind of like look back at that and I was like, I used too much profanity because I was in a rage. You know what I mean? With that ordeal. But with this ordeal, I'm still in a rage because this father of three, you know, lost his life in the hands of the LAPD. You know what I'm saying? Then that commander tried to cover up, you know, his two sergeants. He tried to say that one of them fractured their hand and injured their knee with a scuffle with Omar. You know what I'm saying? Which is some bullshit. They always try to cover up their own teammates, so to speak. You might as well say that. So, you know, it's very uncalled for. It's to the point where minorities are fucking just, excuse me. It's to the point where minorities are the target now. Well, they've always been the target for police brutality. You know, if you black or you Latino, beware of this LAPD gang. You know what I mean? They had no right beating the crap out of this guy. You know what I mean? All they had to do was just tase him, cuff him, take him into question. You know, that's all they had to do. All they had to do was just tase him, cuff him, and take him in. That's it. He was coming from work, driving his Amtrak truck home. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, some of my homies that I grew up with, still to this day, that happen to be Hispanic, you know, Latino. A lot of them, you know, when they get off of work, they like to, you know, get them some drink. You know what I'm saying? That's just, they like to salute, you know? And it's the truth. I mean, who knows if the case may have been that he was intoxicated when he was driving home, and he was, you know, they say that he was driving recklessly down the streets. You know, say if that may have been the case, it would have been, yeah, that was wrong. You know what I mean? But there's no justification, again, for them brutally beating him down. When they could have just easily, if he resisted, they should have just tased him and then take him in for questioning. You know, that's it. You know, but they want to beat the crap out of people as well. If they can't use their guns, they want to use their fists and use their batons. You know, that's just how it is. Since they're under the radar right now, using their guns, you know what I mean, their firearms, it's like they want to just brutally, savagely beat people up. You know, you break any kind of law, they just feel like, hey, they can stomp you out and put you out of your misery. That's just how it is. It sucks. I send my prayers out to the Abrego family, you know, that they lost their father due to the hands of police brutality once again. You know, this stuff has to stop. It has to stop. You know, sad situation. It has to stop. You guys let me know your comments on this ordeal. Feel free to sub.